When Britain went into coronavirus lockdown in March, the rule was simple and UK-wide: stay at home. Close quote. 6 months and 42,000 deaths later, we are a very different country, with regulations, laws, guidance and advice differing depending on where we live. What you can and can't do changes according to your nation, region and sometimes even local authority area. You can get on a bus to pop to see your friend in one area, while public transport should only be used for essential journeys in a neighbouring district. Have 5 of your best mates round for a late summer barbecue in one part of the country, but only socialise with your immediate household in another. Pop to the pub with 5 pals in one council area, but only with members of your own household in the next. Tough new curbs for 3 Welsh counties came into force at 6 p.m. last night. 2 hours earlier, Health Secretary Matt Hancock announced tighter of restrictions for the northeast. And 7 days ago, Boris Johnson ordered his 10 p.m. curfew. It can be hard to keep up, so here, amid a rapidly changing situation, and with regional rules sometimes differing even between council areas, we try to detail what you can do, and when you can do it. Northwest households in Merseyside, Warrington, Halton and Lancashire are banned from socialising with people outside of their own households or support bubbles. People in Manchester, Trafford, Oldham, Bury, Bolton, Tameside, Rochdale, Wigan and Salford have been told they must not meet people they do not live with inside a private home or garden, except in cases where they have formed a support bubble. They are also advised not to socialise with other people they do not live with in other indoor public venues, places such as pubs, restaurants and cafes. Northern Ireland people from different households are banned from mixing indoors, though there are exemptions such as forming a bubble with one other household. No more than 6 people from 2 households are allowed in a private garden, though under 12s are exempt. Journeys are not restricted. Masks mandatory on most public transport. Scotland has so far taken a tougher line. Nicola Sturgeon's government has banned people from visiting other households. There are exemptions for those who have formed bubbles to support informal childcare, such as co-parents who live apart. Holyrood has imposed a 10 p.m. curfew like England's. Tradesmen are allowed to come into homes to carry out work. Northeast tighter curbs were last night announced in some parts. Measures were beefed up in Northumberland, Newcastle, North and South Tyneside, Gateshead, Sunderland and County Durham at the request of local councils, because the virus was still spreading. It is now illegal for 2 households to mix at restaurants and pubs. They were already banned from meeting in houses or gardens, but a curb on socialising at indoor public places had only been advisory. Yorkshire residents of Leeds, Bradford and Kirklees are banned from socialising with people outside their own households or support bubbles in private homes and gardens. Exemptions apply for children with parents living apart, existing social bubbles and tradesmen. Leeds Council says measures will stay as long as it takes to stem the infection rate. Midlands, those in Birmingham, Solihull, Sandwell, Wolverhampton, Leicester, Oadby and Wigston should not socialise with people in private homes or gardens unless they live with them or are in their support bubble. Seeing people from outside your household are still allowed in public venues such as pubs and restaurants, within the rule of 6. People can travel in and out of the area, but take holidays only within their own household or support bubble. London, their capital, has been added to Public Health England's watch list amid mounting concerns over the rising rate of infections there. People have been advised to work from home where possible. The rule of 6 still applies, meaning people from different households, you can socialise in groups of up to 6, both indoors and outdoors. Pubs and restaurants are open, but drinkers and diners must be off the premises by the 10 p.m. curfew. Wales, 2/3 of the population, is subject to local lockdowns. This means people cannot leave or enter those areas without a reasonable excuse, such as travelling for work or education. The South Wales boroughs of Vale of Glamorgan, Neath, Port Talbot and Torfaen became the latest to be hit with restrictions at 6 p.m. last night. They were in place in Cardiff, Swansea, Llanelli, Blaenau-Gwent, Bridgend, Caerphilly, Merthyr Tydfil, Newport and Rhondda and Taff. People are banned from meeting anyone they do not live with indoors. South West restrictions are looser than elsewhere. People are still governed by the rule of 6, and pubs and restaurants must say goodbye to customers by 10 p.m. But so far the region has avoided any of the tighter curbs imposed on vast swathes of the country. People should work from home where they can and should continue to obey social distancing, as well as following the hands, face, space guidance issued by the government.